Hi, I'm a little bit early, but I thought what it was that I would do was just to explain a little bit about why it's a morning spark. Spark's an acronym for story, passion, authentic voice, resources, and know-how. But everything it is that we've ever done or will ever do, are doing now, had some kind of catalyst, some kind of impetus, some kind of spark. And my intentions for the morning spark is really just to inspire you in some way for the rest of your day. Because you start a fire with a spark. And so that's it. Hi, Michelle. Yes, it's not quite 10 o'clock yet. So I'm just talking about what it is I'm hoping that you will get from this. I was listening to my pastor this morning and he was talking about expectation. And I thought, oh, wow, I hadn't really said what my reason behind this was. It was the fact that I have a gift and I just wanted to use it in a way to connect with people and help or encourage people in this season that we're in. And so whatever it is I say, it's really about giving you something, take something from it to go do something for yourself. Because it's actually all about you. And so we've got a couple more minutes before it's 10 o'clock. Yesterday I went on for about 17 minutes and I thought it would be really nice if I could do 10 at 10. But for those of you who know me, know that when it is I get rolling and get excited, that I may not be able to keep it that short, but I will do my best. And it would be really great to hear from you guys as to what's happening in your world and how this has impacted you in some way, so that I kind of feel like, oh, okay, right, I can keep going. Because I am fully intending to do this every morning, bar Sundays, every morning at 10 a.m. with just some thought, some kind of inspiration for whoever it is that's out there that wants to listen. And if you want to share with your friends, if you want to invite your friends to come along, then do so. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. This morning I was thinking about, what should I talk about? And I had so many ideas about different things. And then I came across a quote. And it was a quote based on a word that I've never used to describe myself. I never use in conversation. And I don't know whether you have, but it's a word that's really important in this time, and it is resilience. And so I'm just going to read this quote. The capacity to remain flexible in our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors when faced with life disruption or extended pressure, so that we emerge from a difficulty stronger, wiser, and more able. And that's by Carol Pemberton. My namesake, and she actually spells her name with an E as well. So yes, fabulous. But that word resilience, in this season that we're going through and all of the things it is that we're having to navigate our way through, over, under, or around, and to deal with, resilience is going to be the way of being. And it got me thinking about my favourite tree. Yeah, I've got a favourite tree. And that tree is the palm tree. And yes, probably because it's in tropical climates, but also because it quite literally is one of the only trees that can bend almost double in the horrendous weathers, the hurricanes, the awful winds. It can bend almost double and not break. Let me say that again. It can bend almost double and not break. And I thought, you know what, we need to be more like palm trees. And then I was reading up more about them, and I discovered that in those horrendous times, the roots actually strengthen and grow. And I thought, oh, wow, that's what a way in which it is that we can use this time. There is no doubt that these are horrendous times. These are uncharted waters. None of us have been here before. So that there are no experts on how to manage or navigate our way through this. None. So we have to find our way by ourselves, but also with each other. And actually, if we took a leaf, that sounds cool, doesn't it? If we took a leaf out of the palm trees book and actually looked at, okay, I need to be resilient. And what does that mean for me? And how do I build that resilience? And only you can answer that for yourself. But the moment it is that you start thinking differently, things will start to come to you. As you know, that I'm a Bible girl. I'm a child of God. And one of the things that the Bible says is, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And we know in real life that absolutely everything first begins with a thought up here. You know those thoughts that says, I can't do this. The kids are driving me crazy. Oh, my husband, my wife. It begins with a thought in our heads. And what it is that we need to do is we need to acknowledge that thought. So let's not pretend that it isn't real. Let's not pretend that it's not there. But let's acknowledge it and then remind ourselves that we are resilient and we don't live in that thought. That there is so much more to us than we are currently experiencing or that we have currently settled for. So this time right now, this season, it's a bit like you know when the earth is great for planting seeds. It feels very much like that this is the time where actually that we need to plant stuff. Some of us that have planted before, this is an opportunity for harvest time. But it is the time that we can plant seeds. So it's those seeds of who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? How do you want to impact your world? Because, do you know, all of us are created to be influencers. You know that when we talk about influencers today, that we talk about Instagram, Facebook or Twitter, and we talk about the thousands or millions of followers. Yeah, that is a form of influencer. But I want to suggest to you that right where it is you are right now, whether you look behind you and there's nobody following you, or you've got thousands or hundreds or 2 people, that you are an influencer because you impact the situation whenever it is that you show up. And that in this time now, that showing up is in your house. But it might be showing up on the phone. It might be showing up on a live like this. It might be showing up on a video call. You influence that environment when it is that you show up. And so it's asking yourself the question, what kind of influencer do I want to be? How do I want to impact the corner of my world? One of the things I'm fascinated of right now is that I never realized there were just so many corners because everybody's in their own corner of the world. So how do you want to influence that? How do you want to impact the people that connect with you, that then connect with somebody else? How do you want to influence that? I remember watching a movie called Pay It Forward. And if you ever get a chance to do that, do it. And it tells the story of a teacher that starts in a new school, and with the children, he gives them an exercise to think of something that they could create to influence their world. And so the kids go off and, you know, there's things like about games, there's lots of stuff around food, that kind of thing. And then one young boy decides that what it is, he wants the world to be a happier place. And in order for that to be the case, we need to help each other. So he decided that what it was is that he would help 2 people and encourage each of those people to help 2 more people. And that way we would have that whole kind of like pyramid type thing. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is the most amazing pyramid selling ever, because it's not about giving back, it's about paying forward. And by that child's idea and his act, it actually spread across cities because people were taking it on board. And that if you could help one person, that way it was that you were encouraging them so that they could help one more person or two more people who would then be stronger, feel more able to help somebody else. And one of the great things, if that is a term in relation to the whole coronavirus, is the fact that we're seeing more communities being built up. Like my street, they've actually got a WhatsApp group. And I've connected with people that I have never met on the street, like ever. And actually now we're all connected via WhatsApp. And people are wanting to help each other. Look at what is happening in terms of us helping the NHS. I've got my local hospital, and people are actually taking food down there so that the workers don't have to worry about eating whilst it is that they're fighting on the front lines. And so it's that whole thing that where one person is doing something that's impacting the life of somebody else, that enabling them to impact the life of somebody else. And that's where it is that we're at. This is such an amazing time. You know, if you've ever read Charles Dickens' Tale of Two Cities, where it is that he describes it as being, it is the worst of times and it is the best of times. And it's the worst of times in terms of what's happening in the world, the fact that people are dying, all of those things that are happening, that is absolutely horrendous. But at the same time, there are other things that are going on that actually, if we looked at those things, that would help to lift our spirits to just keep going. Because it isn't all doom and gloom. And I want to encourage you, if you've been watching the news all day, stop it. Look at the highlights and be aware of the facts of what it is that's going on, but don't get caught up in the scaremongering, because that doesn't change anything, that doesn't help anything, and it won't help you. And I firmly believe that we are all here for a reason and a purpose, and that purpose really is to connect and engage with other people so that we can have an impact and have some influence in the world. That's it. It's 10:09. I'm actually going to stop here. Otherwise, I will keep talking. But guys, it's been great for you to connect with me, because in you coming here, that hopefully you got something from it, but then I got something from it because I'm able to share part of me and the gift that I've got with you. So we are all helping each other, and that is what it is. It's all about. Have a fabulous day. Today's Tuesday, so let's have a triumphant Tuesday. Go for it.